welcome to another fantastic weekend of Formula One racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Vance. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. We have a full grid lined up, some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. We go once and all. The cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they going to take it? What are they going to do? Is it going to go deep? Are they going to go? Who knows? Let's take it out. Away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling. Oh no, Timo, cancel the crusher in the traction zone! I press command up and another overtake on 1.3 trademark. This is round 3.
And Timo are oh, it's not pit. Oh no! Oh my god, this so sorry, control myself. So Timo
So what are we gonna do so they can start at the back together again, just like Timo likes it.
How many times did you see how many times Timo tried to get into the pit?
welcome everyone. My name is Shiv. Hope you're doing well. And welcome to sunny Silverstone for once. I wouldn't say it's it's rainy. It's sunny Silverstone. Welcome to one of the most historical tracks in F1 for round 8. Rather, no, it's for season 8. Season 8, Tier 1 of the 2 SRL British Grand Prix held here at the legendary Silverstone Circuit, home to spectacular stories of great triumph and great failure over here, and one of the most, if not the most, historical F1 circuit. Because believe it or not, this was the first one. Silverstone was actually an old Air Force base before it was an F1 circuit. And speaking of which, we're here to watch F1. The race happened today in the Nürburgring. Hope all was well. But today we are virtually racing in Silverstone, and what a track it is. We've got about 18 very talented drivers at the moment, only a couple going out, being the Racing Point and the Red Bull, and a couple of the Ferraris I see going out at the moment. Let me get a mic check, see if you guys can hear me alright. We've got a couple cars going out on their warm-up laps, mainly looking at the soft compounded tires. And yeah, should be a very interesting race to see what happens. We've got the Racing Point of RR some underscore idiot. Wow. In the Racing Point, he has just gotten out of the pits. He's the first one, so he's in clean air. Followed behind him, we've got the Red Bull of Alex Burbo. Followed by them, we've got 2SRL Timo in the Ferrari, and actually another Ferrari. We've got 2SRL Thetan. Then followed by a Mercedes of Pixel, and then the Alfa Romeo of Hugo's, the Renault of Nico, not Nico Hülkenberg, and rather not the correct Renault, because it is the Renault of Wow 125, following the Alfa Romeo. And then you've got the Ferrari of Thimo, who is currently being chased by the Alpha Tauri. So everyone's going on there flying left at the moment, but RR some idiot is going to be, hopefully he's not an idiot over here, but he's currently just going through Chapel at the moment, down the hanger straight into Stowe, and is going to be trying to warm up those tires. His tire grip is essential right here in Silverstone, especially around, I would say, Maggots, Beckett's, and Chapel. You're going to need quite warmed up tires. Cold tires will make you spin and spin and spin like Kimi Räikkönen did. Alright. So as we start the flying lap with RR Summit, he just goes through Abbey right now, goes into farm, good line, touches the curbs. Ooh, this is a yellow flag in sector 3. I think everyone just slowing down at the moment. Then locks up a little bit, alright, goes through Arena, alright, takes it very nicely through Arena, a little bit slow, but that's okay. Goes into turn 5, which is Brooklyn. We saw Kimi Räikkönen here actually unusually crash in the Ferrari at 2017 or 2018. Then goes to Luffield. Okay, very good exit. Big lockup from RR some idiots at the moment as he goes through Woodcote. You want to use as much curb as you can over here. It's a prime overtaking spot. We saw that with Pierre Gasly and Alexander Albon. We're going through Woodcote and Coppice at the moment. Then transitioning to all the corners that everyone knows around here at Silverstone, Maggots and Beckett's and Chapel. So going through Maggots and then Beckett's, try not to invalidate on the side because you can invalidate pretty easily here and lose the car if you touch the grass. Going through Chapel to the Anger Straight from turn to 14, 15. It's a big DRS here, and a lot of overtaking does get done here. This is, I think, where we saw Valtteri Bottas' tire puncher at the Silverstone Grand Prix that was held here last time, going through Stowe and Vale. Make sure not to lock up too much in club. That'll compromise your lap and probably send you spinning. Goes to turn 18, and what time does he set? I think that's the time to beat in the Racing Point is a 124.3 is the time to beat. Alright, so going here, I think we've got Alex Burbo. We've had someone spun, and that's 2SRL CNW in the Mercedes. Oh, that's really unfortunate for him. I hope he was he was on a flying lap, but I think he's got to go back to the pits to get some new tires, as the time that we just saw by RR some idiot is now beaten by the Alfa Romeo of Hugo's, who goes only 50 milliseconds faster, and then Wow 125 goes about 0.3 slower and puts himself into the top 3 with that Renault, which actually happened today. So the top Renault was third on the podium. We've got 2SRL Triton in the Ferrari, who is about 10th down from Wow. We've got Alex Berbo in the Red Bull Racing. He's about 2/10ths down from Triton. Mari and N in the Alpha Tauri joining his teammate Terror. They're only split by 3/10ths apart, and is about 1/10th away from Alex Burbo in the sister Red Bull family. You got Higgsy in the fellow Racing Point. His teammate's up in second. He's in 8th with a 125.414, so almost a second, well, 9/10ths separating the both of them. We got Timo in the Ferrari. He's 125.554. We've got Pixel in the Mercedes. We just saw him. No, it was actually his teammate, CNW. He just spun, and he's heading back to the pits with a 125.5. Tipsy Bob in the McLaren, a 125.7, and 2SRL CNW, I think he's just currently on another flying lap at the moment. He's definitely improved his sectors on account of not spinning through Maggots and Beckett's, which is where he's going through right now. I think he's just put on a fresh new set of tires, or if he's gone to the same set of tires with the same fuel load, that's probably most likely compromised him quite a bit. As he's getting DRS now down the main straight, is he going to be able to use a bit of a tow? No, he isn't. As we've gotten I think a new. I think we've gotten Mac in the Haas. He's just sort of faster time, but to be fair, CNW has spun, but he hasn't spun on this occasion, and he's going to cross the line. Currently, he's just passing turn 16 right now, and it's a 124.4, which puts him up all the way from 16th to 3rd place. So on account of that spin, I think if he's on the same set of tires, then it'll definitely it will be worth it for him to probably go on another set of tires. But speaking of tire choices, mainly the soft tires at the moment. No one's really going for the medium tires. There is high tire wear, especially through Maggots, Beckett's, and the Chapel Straight, especially if you're really pushing hard and you lock up on some places such as, I'd say, Brooklands and Luffield. Those are pretty prime places to lock up. But yeah, currently we've got Kopi. We haven't seen him in Williams. He's in P5 at the moment, so very decent outing from the Williams driver. Then we've got Jesse. Jesse, not from Breaking Bad, but rather from 2SRL. He's in the Haas, and he goes P9, or rather say P10, as I think it was Mary and N. He goes P9. Alex Berba goes P8. TSR goes P7. I think it was Danny _Co in the sister Alfa Romeo. His teammate is on provisional pole. He is on 2/10ths behind him. Oh, that's pretty decent outing for the Alfa Romeo people. I'm sure that whoever is working in the garage is making a big cheer for both the Alfa Romeos. We've gotten all of the cars, I think, pitting now. CNW going a bit slowly on the pits, but that's okay. At least Kobe was allowed to brake in time. We've got a lot of cars pitting and a lot of cars exiting for their outlap at the moment. We've got Timo, Pixel, Tipsy Bob all trying to improve on their current times at the moment, and you've also got Speedy in the System McLaren, who has not set a time yet and is the only one to do so. Looking at timing charts, we've only gotten about 2 seconds of a gap between the leader and last place, which is going to be extremely interesting. It's a very tight-knit race, so I feel like it's going to be something that's going to happen, especially on first lap drama in Silverstone going into farm and arena. Ooh, that's a bit much. You'll probably see people coming out of the survivors coming out of arena, and then you'll see probably half the grid just going off of the hangar straight at the end of the race. And speaking of which, did you know that Silverstone actually has the highest percentage of safety cars within a race, as every race that has been held here has a safety car? And especially speaking of racing, someone is racing to make their qualifying lap at the moment, as he's going through, as we got Speedy, who's going quite fast through Brooklands and Luffield. Ooh, he gets a little bit of the curb there. You don't want to hug the curb too much. You want to use as much of the curb as possible. Goes through Wukong and goes through Cops. You gotta go get a good wide exit. So you gotta throw your car kind of like turn 1 at Monza. You've got Maggots, Beckett's, and then the Chapel Straight. So he goes through Maggots, goes through Beckett's, does not invalidate, doesn't touch the grass. Very good. Okay, a little bit of a lift off. That's fine. But majority of people, if you're really talented, you can take off. You can take that corner flat, but I haven't been able to do it, and I'm sure these guys are all talented, but sometimes you just need to lift off maybe just to get used to the circuit a little bit. As a Speedy currently is going quite fast. You've got, I think it was the Alfa Romeo. Yeah, it is an Alfa Romeo. An Alfa Romeo of Danny Coe, I think, is just in front of him at the moment. Ooh, he's gone to the side. I don't think he's happy with his lap. Is that a potential engine failure? No, no. What's happened? Is that, I mean, a 130? Oh, he's invalid. Oh, he's invalidated his lap. Right. Okay. So he's going for another flying lap on the same set of tires. An interesting call from the McLaren team, but in order to not pit him, maybe just a little bit of a run back to the tires. Ooh, nearly loses it though. Within, I think he's going down turn 4 at the moment, which is or turn 4 and 5, which is through Arena. We've gotten, I think, Wow 125. He's just at a nice P3 at the moment. So you've got Some Idiot, who's on provisional pole, Hugo's, and Wow 125. As we're going on board with Speedy, currently still on board with him. He invalidated his lap previously, and now, ooh, we've gotten a slow car. I think that must be Jesse. No, I think it was one of the Hasses, I think, was just going very slowly. Must have been conserving their tires or whatnot. I haven't seen any spins since C&W, so shouldn't be good. As we've got Copy, who's got the Williams here, I think going to use that for a big toe, but how much is that traffic going to affect him? Maybe just use it for a big toe, get that extra slipstream, get the extra few kilometers. Alright, going through Stowe right now. Going through Whale and Club, make sure not to lock up here, as it's going to be okay. A little bit of a lockup, but it's not too bad. Hug these curbs, don't try not to invalidate. We've got a slow racing point. We'll get back to that right now. As where does he go? He goes P7. It's not too bad, not too bad at all. And it's a 124.569, 69, very nice. But yeah, we've got I mean, after our onboard with Speed, we've got a couple of outlaps at the moment, mainly the Mercedes, the Alfa Romeo. Ooh, I think someone's gone into the wall, and that's Copy. Copy in the Williams has just gone into the wall. I think is that front wing damage. Oh no, he was on a flying lap as well. And he was on one lap all softs. Oh no, that's not good for the Williams driver. I don't think Claire Williams, or rather not Claire Williams, Dorrington Capital needs any more of that anymore. But yeah, he's going very slowly currently. The number 87 Williams on the, I think it was turn 5 right now. He's just going right now. I don't think he's going to salvage up. He's probably going to have to run back to the pits and whatnot. We've got a couple of individuals on their out lap at the moment, a couple of individuals on their flying lap as well. Going with Alex Burbo in the Red Bull. I feel like he has quite a bit of potential, but he's just on his out lap at the moment. So we'll have to see. We'll go on board with him once his flying lap goes on. But currently we've gotten a couple of drivers going into the pits, or rather out of the pits. We've got Higgsy in the racing point. He's in P15 with a 125.4. His teammate is on provisional pole at the moment, separated by pretty much a second, or rather 8/10 at this point. Right, we've got Tipsy Bob trying to improve on his lap in the sister McLaren. Can he do what his teammate did? We will find out shortly. We'll just go on board with a couple more individuals and just check around the field. Hugo's at the moment, man who was on provisional pole just a couple of minutes ago, is now in P2. Although that might not be the worst thing in the world at Silverstone. I would say it would be pretty bad at Monaco, but Silverstone is pretty open, so you can pretty much overtake quite easily as well. But yeah, this field looking very, very close at the moment. We've got 2SRL C&W in the Mercedes. He's going through Maggots and Beckett at the moment. So he's going through Maggots. Okay, tries not to use that curb, or doesn't want to invalidate. Okay, nice downshift. Goes through the Chapel Straight and through the Hangar Straight. Going through Chapel, through the Hangar Straight, my bad. Apologies for that. Goes through Stowe, make sure to brake. Okay, it's very nice. Good overtake, not overtake, rather braking point. And now he's going through Vale, nice one. Good braking point, no lockups, very nice, very nice. And he's going through Club right now. What's his time gonna be? It is a 124.2. He only improves by a 10th, but that's enough to get a provisional pole at the moment. So we've got people just going down and down and down the order. People who thought, okay, you know, this is the fastest lap imaginable, is going to be just kind of down. And that's the beauty of in a field like this, because they're so competitive. The field currently is only separated by 2 seconds, whereas in other leagues it'd be like 10 or 15 or 20 or something like that. So absolutely wonderful racing from all of the drivers here, and it's going to be an exciting race to tell you. I think whoever doesn't crumble under the pressure, we could see a very unlikely podium, especially if there's a hint of rain. So we will see what happens. Alright, so we're currently on board with Hugo S. He was on professional pole at the moment. He's just going through, he just passed Chapel and is going through the hanger straight at the moment. You gotta make sure to get a very, very good exit off of Beckett's to do that. Otherwise, you're gonna compromise pretty much your entire lap. Try to not do invalidate. Ooh, he's not very happy with his lap. I think he's going to the pits. And just pretty much a sudden stop. And who else is going to the pits? I think that is... no, that's not the Alfa Romeo. I think that is one of the Red Bulls. Or, no, he's just gone out as well. Yeah, I think someone else is just going into the pits now. Yeah, that is the Renault of Nico with a 125.7. He's just gone into the pits. And so has the man on provisional pole, 2SRL, C&W. Actually making way for the McLaren of Tipsy Bob. He's like, thank you very much, I will do that. It's kind of like Sebastian Vettel at China when he kind of overtook people within the pit lane. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's an amazing clip to watch. Right, so we've only got a minute and 40 seconds. People are just trying to see if they can get more grip on the track. A lot of people are on their out laps. TSRL, no, or rather 2SRL Terra, not TSRL, 2SRL Terra, and the Alpha Tauri. He's just gotten 22 milliseconds faster, however must have improved in the first sector. Slightly. It is really about milliseconds here, people, especially at Silverstone. A little bit of a lift off there at turn 16. I gotta keep my map near me. Turn 16. But overall, I think it's going to be good. Oh, yellow flag. Who is that? I think it's a slow racing point. Timbo has retired from session as Terror stays in P12. He's only improved by, I think it was only a tenth or two, which is not too great. But we've seen what a tenth can do here at Silverstone, but still, you know, it happens. Timbo, I think, is very happy with his time, or at least disappointed, and just trying to talk to the Ferrari mechanics to you know, get his car prepped and ready for the race as he qualifies P11 unless someone makes a faster lap. Ooh, as I say this, the Alpha Tauri, the winner at Monza this year, has gotten on provisional pole with a 124.158, so it's a tenth faster than the Mercedes of C&W and are some idiots. So very, very well done from the Alpha Tauri driver at the moment, as we've gotten our final couple of laps being set at the moment. We've got some idiot now goes on provisional pole, taking Murray.NN's place, so he is got with a 124.1118, an outstanding lap from the Racing Point driver. 2SRL and CNW STN, don't know why I decided to pronounce his name, all that, is now retired from the session. I think we'll see a lot more of those happen. We've gotten, I think, some idiots. He is quite happy with his lap. He's just trying to get out of the way for the other drivers. As you've got, I think, Speedy. No, he's also going quite slowly, and it's the Haas who is on his flying lap. I think that's Jesse and Haas, and also his teammate Mac. He is also going to go on a flying lap, so it'll be very interesting to see. The session has ended, so people are probably going to take their final laps. We're seeing a lot of people retire from the session, and we're seeing the final laps being made. We're interested to see what Higgsy can do. Higgsy, his teammate, currently is on provisional pole at the moment, so if we can see him potentially get a 1-2 to his teammate, what is it going to be? It's going to be a P10. So just in the top 10, that's not too bad of a lap from Higgsy, only about 6/10ths down from his teammates, but yeah, it's very interesting to see how the field is only split by 2 seconds. Titten is retired. Copy in the Williams we saw had a crash earlier. He is just going through Beckett's right now, going down the hanger straight, passing Chapel. We've seen, I think it's an Alfa Romeo and a Haas. Yes, I am correct. That is a Haas. That's an Alfa. And that's a it's a Renault right in front of him. If I'm, yeah, that is Renault. So pretty much okay. We've gotten Nico as well on his flying lap. What's it gonna be for Nico? Is it gonna be some salvage from P18? Is it? It's 2 tenths faster. And it's P17. Copy goes P9, and I think that's everyone's lap done. Our immediate is currently on pole position. If anyone can set a faster time, which no one exactly can because everyone's going back to the pit lane. We've gotten some individuals trying to get out of pit lane, but overall I think everyone's just kind of pitting in and going to prepare for the race. Radio, wonderful qualifying session. Place your bets now on who you think is going to be the winner, top 3 finishers, biggest surprise and biggest disappointment. Let me know in the stream chat below. Radio, so your grid for the British Grand Prix as as follows. RR Sim Idiot in the racing point. He's on pole position, followed by Mari.n no, rather Mari and N in the Alpha Tauri. We've got CNW in the Mercedes, Hugo in the Alfa Romeo, Wow in the Renault, Alex Burbo in the Red Bull, Danny Coe in the Alfa Romeo. We've got Speedy in the McLaren, Copy in the Williams, Higgsy in the Racing Point, Triton in the Ferrari. Timo, his teammate, joins him in 12th place. Terror in the Alpha Tauri, Jesse in the Haas, Pixel in the Mercedes, Tipsy Bob in the McLaren, Nico in the Renault, and Mac in the Haas rounds up your qualifying grid. So let's go to the race and see what happens. Radio, so we just heard from Race Control that is a sunny Silverstone, so no chance of rain for these guys. They'll be relieved about that. If it was a chance of rain, it'll be one hell of a chaotic race. But we've got about 25 seconds till the session starts. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys can hear me all right. The desktop audio is okay, and so is everything all right with you. Radio. So Silverstone it is. We got about 10 seconds till the cars load in. And as we can hear that timer beeping down, I think a little bit of hearts racing for the drivers before they even have the 5 red lights even go. We got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. Or somebody gets a good start, but CNW in the Mercedes gets an even better start. He's up at the P2, Hugo's up at the P3, Wow at the P4, Speedy is up at the P5, Danico is up at the P6, Mardell, and then he's lost 5 positions, but is trying to overtake Speedico for that P6 at the moment. We've got Alex Burbo, he's still in 8th place. We've got Triton in 9th. He's just gotten into 8th place. Triton is also 9th. Copy in the Williams is in 10th. Terror is in 11th. Higgsy trying to overtake Terror in on the in arena. Everyone's going now currently into turn 5 and 6 at the moment. RR Smitty is still leading the field, followed by CNW, followed by Hugo's in the Alfa Romeo, followed by the Renault of Wow. Speedy in P5. Very well done for him, gained 2 positions already. And Danny Coe in the sister Alfa Romeo. Oh, there's a bit of touch between both the Alphas, the Alpha Tauri and the Alfa Romeo. I think that's wing damage for Mari, who's lost places and has now wing damage. I think it's going to be pretty much an early excuse to pit, as the sister in the Red Bull family does overtake them, as we've got Triton in the Ferrari at the moment. He's trying to get on Copy, but he has this little person behind him called Higgsy. Higgsy is like, I would like my P10 back, thank you very much, and tries to overtake him into Vale. And we've got all the cars breaking around. Be sure not to walk up. We've got a little bit of bump from Speedy over that curb, and we've got RR, some idiot, setting the fastest lap, trying to defend for his life. 1 second he slows down. I think that's CNW's position to take for. We've got one of the McLarens. We've got Tipsy Bob in the pits. I think that is wing damage. That's really unfortunate for him. He was doing decently in qualifying, but I think that's going to have him go onto the hard tires. Oh no, that's the medium tires with a new front wing. Let's go back to the action. So pretty much we've gotten the Racing Point driver, followed by the Mercedes, followed by the Alfa Romeo, followed by the Renault, followed by the McLaren, followed by another Alfa Romeo, followed by a Red Bull, followed by an Alpha Tauri, followed by a Williams, and a Ferrari. Ooh, and the Ferrari nearly touches the back of the Racing Point, or rather the Racing Point nearly touches the back of the Ferrari as they're going through Maggots and Beckett's. Now DRS is not enabled until the next lap, so we'll see what happens. We've gotten a couple of Let's Go Alexes in the chat, a very big let's go for the Alex. As we got Jesse, he's gotten a 3-second time penalty probably for touching those curbs through Maggots and Beckett right now. As we got Danica a little bit on the grass, but that's okay. Does not lose it like Kimi Räikkönen did. We've got them all going down the hanger straight, very iconic straight, and this is going to be an interesting prime overtaking ability opportunity, especially for people who are going to have DRS. As we got the first tire change, and that's Tearsall Tipsy Bob, as Speedy is also probably going to go to the tire change a lot sooner than he expected, as he is has just locked up majorly into turn 16 and 17 at the moment. That's going to compromise his lap, as now DRS is enabled. We're just heading up to the first DRS, and I'm just looking at RR Some Idiot because CNW might take a look at that and be like, I would like this very much. As he does get DRS, he's just approaching the DRS line and does activate DRS as he is within 1 second. Is he going to get anything? No, I think Some Idiot has built up quite a bit of a gap, but saying that he is quite closer now than he was a little bit ago. We have the order changed quite dramatically, and we've got Higgsy actually overtaking the Ferrari of Triton, or rather Triton overtaking the Ferrari, the Racing Point of Higgsy. Higgsy is trying to get his points paying position right at the back, as we've got a lot of gases in the chat. Yes, gas indeed. These individuals are pushing to the absolute limit of what they can do. Or Some Idiot currently in the Racing Point. He is defending for his life, but for how much longer? We see a major lockup as we have Hugo's actually reeling up on the Mercedes in the Alfa Romeo. We haven't seen this type of fight since probably the dawn of F1, which is pretty ironic because Silverstone was the dawn of F1. We've gotten Wow in the Renault. He's just had a major lockup, not too bad, but still manageable, as Hugo's does find the grass wall. I think he's a bit of a Valtteri Bottas within the Alfa Romeo. Saying that we're going into Sector 1, going through Abbey currently at the moment, then Farm, and then breaking the point in the arena. Ooh, a bit of a lockup, especially from the Renault driver, but the Renault might have a look on the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo might have a look on the Mercedes, as the Mercedes is trying to have a look on the Racing Point. The Racing Point's like, no, thank you very much. I will I just go away. As Hugo's does try to have a bit of a look, but is not enough room for overtaking. Speaking of that, ooh, big lockup, major lockup for Wow. Oh, that was some late braking there. Tried to do it like Daniel Ricciardo, king of the late breakers, but unfortunately it did not work for him. Saying that, we've got Hugo's in P3 at the moment. He's looking to get that podium position in P2, but so is Wow looking to get that podium position in P3 and potentially even P2, and if he has the pace for it. It's a very interesting race shaping up so far within the leaders, as we've got Speedy in the McLaren. He's currently trying to catch up to Wow. He's within DRS range, and so is Hugo's within 2SRL. 2SRL is probably the most disadvantaged one. He's trying to defend for his life, but he's getting quite good exits. As we've got the Renault trying to catch up on the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo trying to catch up on the Mercedes, and we've gotten the Alfa Romeo touching curb, nearly losing it as Speedy. Speedy does also touch the curb a little bit. Be sure not to lock up here, as Wow just did within the Renault. Very close racing. This is what we love to see. A lot of times 3-second time penalties being passed around due to the fact that they're all touching within Maggots and Beckett. We got Alex Burbo. We heard him, a little bit of cheering for him in the chat. He's trying to overtake the Alfa Romeo, as the Alfa Romeo is very close to McLaren, actually almost touching this point. If think a little bit more acceleration, there would have been some front wing off, as I think this DRS zone is going to really show the power of DRS, as there's overtake available, and Danico is trying to overtake the McLaren of Speedy. Is he going to get closer? Is he going to get close? No, Speedy gets a very good exit. Ooh, but it's a major lockup for Danico at the moment. Speedy does have DRS on Hugo's, and Hugo's is currently trying to get the position from 2SRL, as Wow in the Renault, he's also trying to do it, but everyone has DRS on each other because everyone is within 1 second of each other. The furthest away is probably Tipsy Bob in the McLaren, just trying to make up ground as much as possible. That's really unfortunate for him, but his teammate is faring a lot better in 5th place at the moment. We're seeing what's going to happen, as I think we've gotten Hugo's gaining on 2SRL. Gaining, reeling in like a fish. Has he got it hooked up? Is he going to make a move? No, he isn't. There's not enough space. Then if he would have made a move, it would have been a dive bomb, and it would have been some front wing loss. Instead of heading into turn 15, 16, and 17, would have headed into the pits. Moving on. We've got Wow 125. He's currently chasing Hugo, and Hugo's currently chasing Speedy, and Speedy's currently chasing Danny, and Danny's currently uh, being chased by Alex. Alex is currently being chased by his sister Marley NN, who did not. Both the AlphaTauri's did not really fare well here, back here in Silverstone. But you know what? Maybe Mari NN, who qualified P3, is trying to change that. Just waiting for a gap, waiting for the opportunity to mess up. We've got a little bit back in the midfield. We've got the Williams chasing the Ferrari, so it's pretty accurate to what is right now. But we've got Higgsy current trying to get that P10 back. We've got the Alpha Tower, the Ferrari. Ooh, big lockup for Tara at the moment. Big lockup for the Mercedes. We got major lockups here, so that is going to compromise a lot of people's tire strategy currently at the moment. We've got some idiot. He's just gone into the lead, but not for long. We've got Pixel with a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings, most likely cutting the track, and we've got CNW, he's actually catching up, and he's actually gotten within DRS range of RR some idiot. Excuse my voice, I've got a little bit of a voice crack, I do apologize for that. But he's reeling in from the Mercedes-powered racing point to the Mercedes-powered Mercedes. We've gotten about 6/10 between them. But Hugo's is also got DRS, but CNW is making quite a big gap. But for how much longer? Only just Hugo's is only just managing to keep within the 1 second gap. But you know who is keeping within the 1 second gap pretty easily? Wow 125 within the Renault at the moment. He's currently going. He's only within I think 3/10 of Hugo's at the moment, so he's going very well. A little bit of a lockup currently, but you know what? That is alright. That happens from time to time. But those major lockups is what you really have to watch out for, especially here at Silverstone. We're gonna see a lot of people pit, but when is the big question. We've seen one person pit, so Tipsy Bob on the mediums. Is he gonna go to the end of the race? It's gonna be hard. Ooh, a big lockup from Wow. I must take damage on his tires. He's gonna stop locking up into turns 6 and 7 at the moment, but that's gonna be such a major compromise to his tire strategy. He's gonna pit a few laps earlier than he would have wanted to do, as Hugo's currently chasing down P2 in the Alfa Romeo, pushing to the absolute max, and so is 2SRL. He's going through Maggots back. It's trying to make that 1.2 second gap to a 1 second gap to get DRS range, but he's not proven to be that successful, as RR Some Idiot is flying in the racing point. But if he does touch grass or something happens, I can bet you that the entire field is just going to stomp all over him. Moving back into the midfield, we've got Danico and Speedy and Mariana trying to fight for P5. You know, from P5 to P7, rather to P8. Ooh, Speedy trying to locking up big time there, as Marianne senses a little bit of an opportunity and tries to go down the overtake. She's gone, where they've gone, about 5/10 faster than the previous lap, but I think that was just Speedy holding them up. We've got Speedy going through currently through the fourth and fifth section, going through the main straight at the moment. DRS, ooh, it's going to be some touching as Marianne actually overtakes Speedy. Very well done. And does he get the DRS to a benefit? Yes, he does, but pushes Speedy wide as they're both going, both the McLaren and Toro Rosso here. Ooh, and Speedy does try to go down the inside, but does not succeed, as we've got Marianne up in 6th place. Very good overtake, as Alex actually also tries to capitalize on the misfortunes of Speedy and goes down into 8th place, while Alex says thank you very much, I will take 7th. A lot of cheer for Alex within the chat, so very good on him. Must be a very popular figure. Looking at the top battle for podiums, points, and champagne, we've gotten 2SRL currently. He's trying to close the gap to RR Some Idiot, but Hugo is trying to close the gap to him with this little thing called DRS. So I think that 2SRL is getting quite good exits, but Hugo's is just being quite unlucky here within this aspect. We got Wow 125. He's quite close to him. I think he's going to make a move anytime soon, as his teammate Danny Coe, and so does Marianne, and so does Triton, and so does I think three of the cars currently at the moment. They've just pitted. 4 cars at the moment have just pitted, as Marianne has actually left the session. I think that's a retirement or a failure, so that is going to be really devastating for the AlphaTauri team. But that means pitting onto the medium tires. I think it's going to be a one stop, maybe even they're feeling risky, a 2-stop strategy. There's very high tire wear, especially with the lockups here. but we've gotten majority of the individuals pitting from soft to the yellow striped medium tire compound. So that's going to last them quite a bit, but you know, you never know what might happen. As Danico gets the best of all that and actually gets ahead of everyone, is now in P13 at the moment. So very interesting. And now they're a whole pit stop ahead. Tipsy Bob currently, who's the first tire pitter, he's just currently um, in Sector 3 and is going to progressing in Sector 1, so that's very unfortunate for him. I think it was just wing damage that ruined his race. But we've got the first of the medium runners here, just trying to catch up to the rest of the field. We've gotten Marianne N, who's they've disconnected, which is really unfortunate, which means that Alex could potentially overtake them. So we'll probably see what happens with that aspect. Nico gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so that's going to be very interesting to see how the time penalties are actually going to factor in, as the pit window is open for majority of individuals who haven't locked up. So we're going to see more activity in the pits, as Speedy in the McLaren also goes into the pits. I think he's also going to be pitting for the medium compound of tires. And we've also gotten our Jesse, not from Breaking Bad, but we've gotten Jesse in the Haas. He is also pitting for the medium compound of tires, presumably. So we're most likely going to see all the field go on to the medium compound of tires, as I think the soft compound of tires are getting quite warm, as 2SRL, CNW, just thinks about making a move into turns 8, 7, and 8, but thinks, no, I think I'll just wait for the hanger straight. Goes through Maggots and Beckett's. We'll see what happens within that aspect. I think it'll be quite interesting. Going through Maggots and Beckett's at the moment, going to see if they can get DRS within that aspect. They're about 6/10 apart, so I'm going to see if CNW can actually make it work, as it includes actually increased to 8/10 and now 9/10. But since similarly, we've got Hugo's in the Alfa Romeo. He's thinking of also reeling in, and most likely going to be pitting soon, as majority of the leaders from pretty much the top 10 are now going to pit. We've gotten a very high activity in the pit lane. We've got RR Some Idiot. He's actually stayed out, probably just to create quite a big of a gap. So we'll see what happens with that aspect. Going to the pit lane, we've got 2SRL. Hugo's, Wow, Higgsy, Triton, Terror. I was gonna see what's interesting. Oh, probably because Higgsy is actually pitting, doesn't want to double stack, so it'll be very interesting coordination from the teammates. Very good. As a yellow flag sector 2, I think that's one of the Haas's that's spun. That's Jesse. Yeah, I think he just spun. There's no wing damage from Jesse, but you know, I think that's very fortunate. He's probably gonna have to pit now for tires. But the benefit is that Tipsy Bob actually gains place. So hey ho. I think all the field now is currently have pitted onto medium tires, except for the top 3 right now. We're trying to stay out as much as they. Oh, sector 1 yellow flag. Oh, I think that is. Who is that? Who's that? In sector 1, who's spun out? I think that must have been Pixel. I think I just saw Mercedes spin out. Oh, another yellow flag. Yep, that's. Yeah, I think that's just Marido and AI. I think they've just retired from the session because they haven't come back yet. It's really unfortunate, but it happens sometimes in racing, so, you know, what can you do? We've got RR Some Idiots. He's staying quite long on the mediums, and so has Kopi. Kopi was in P8 and now is in P2, so the Williams driver is most likely going to build up quite a bit of a gap, but for how long is a big question. We've got Timo in the Ferrari, I think, going to make both the Mercedes-powered Racing Point and Kopi, the Mercedes-powered Williams, going to pit soon, as we got Timo in the Ferrari. He's pitting on to, you guessed it, the medium compound of tire. Very good pit stop from Ferrari over there, so no front wing changes needed. But I think that RR Some Idiot is just trying to build up quite a bit of a gap so he maintains his lead, especially with that whole aspect of free air. Kopi's not much of a threat to him, but he is about 7 seconds behind, as the timing sheets do flare up at the moment. We've gotten, I think, everyone except for the front 2 individuals on the medium compound of tire. There was, I think, a formation lap planned. Unfortunately, just was not executed. I'll have to talk about the stewards to that one. As a yellow flag sector 3, and I think that is one of the Haas's. That's Nico. it's Nico out of the race. I think he just crashed out of the race, and it's really unfortunate from the Renault driver. He was doing quite well actually, and I think he just crashed out of the race or just retired. Very, very unfortunate. But that's going to be a yellow flag at Sector 3, and potentially slow down as a couple of competitors, as are some idiots, and Kopi as well, do go to pit in both the Mercedes-powered F1 cars, and we've gotten I think majority of them are going to be pitting onto the fresher set of medium tires. So that'll be very interesting to see if there's any other tire choice other than that. So yeah, that is a nice medium set. And we've got about 17 runners left, so we'll see what happens within that thing. Niels Veldman says that was a great success. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Niels, but I'm assuming that my amazing commentating is a big success. So, heyo. Looking at the Alfa Romeo, he's actually just gotten around WOW, as I think the lead from qualifying has just started to get up again, as we've got an RR Some Idiot. He has actually maintained his P1, so very well done from him to think out that strategy and get the fresher set of tires. So, you know what? He's just played that quite well, and a brilliant job to him. And the Racing Point strategist at the garage, as his teammate Higgsy, he's currently in P8, chasing down the Mercedes. He does make a big lockup, but Higgsy also makes up the same type of lockup as 2SRL. The man who was chasing RR Some Idiot is now in P7 on the medium tires, and Kopi as well. He's going to have a lot of defending to do in that Williams, but I think he will be able to do it. As Speedy in the McLaren, he's in P5 at the moment. Very well done from the McLaren driver. And we've got P4. That means Danico. Ooh, he's gone wide. He's gone wide. I think he was just pushed wide. But that's really, really unfortunate. That's probably going to have some aspect on tires. His tires must be burning up because of that. But as he's getting up to WOW, even though you know, on the grass, I think there was just a little bit of a tactical moving over, but we'll see what happens as a little bit of a lockup, but you know, that's alright. It's not too bad of a lockup as we've seen today here at Silverstone. As it's lap 14 at 26, we've gotten about 12 laps to go within this Grand Prix. It's always a very action-packed Grand Prix. Saying that, 2SRL makes the fastest lap of the session. It sets a purple last second, so very well done from him. As we've gotten the Alfa Romeo and the Renault. Sector 1 yellow flag, and who might that be? I think that's one of the Ferraris, and no, it's actually one of the Mercedes, as I think that was Pixel that just did not do so great. I think he just spun, and we've got CNW. He's currently in 12th place at the moment. I think it was either one of the Mercedes that just spun, so very unfortunate, but we've seen a couple of spins, or spin, as the Formula 1 community refers it to. Now, in terms of the midfield battle, the main, I guess, battle right now would be the Renault of WOW 125 and the Alfa Romeo of Danny_Co. So we'll see what happens with that aspect, as he is gaining on turn 14. Is he gonna make a move? No, he's not. I don't think he has enough speed. Ooh, never mind. I might be wrong about that. No, I'm right about that. All right, cool. He might just do it within, I think, turn 4 and 5 from Arena down to Brooklands at the moment. Ooh, or maybe to have a little bit of a switchback if he's feeling a little bit brave, but you never know here on Silverstone. You never know what might happen. It's such a high adrenaline circuit, and I think it's such a great circuit to drive on, especially in real life. Now we've got Speedy. He's gotten multiple warnings, trying to go too fast, I see. But, you know, pushing to the limit, and if he pushes too far, gets the warnings. Now we've got Danny Co. and the WOW 125, who's exiting turn 4 at the moment, going down Arena, and going to turn 5, going through Brooklands. Is it going to be a lockup? 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 It is not. From both the drivers, very well done. Going through Luffield at the moment, I think WOW had to back off a little bit. Actually, no, it's Danico that had to back off, as if WOW had moved to the side, then I think that Danico would have been within P3. He's got to do some brilliant defending to get Renault once again on the podium, not only in real life, but also within the game. As they're going through Maggots and Beckett's right now, they're pushing to the absolute limits at the moment. We've gotten both the Alfa Romeos, I think, with very high scoring points positions as we've got the Alfa Romeo of Danico. He's gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining, he's reeling it in like a fish, closer than before, but no cigar. Unfortunately, as Wow is trying to just use pretty much all of his energy as he can. But yeah, an interesting race so far. Currently, um, looking at the midfield at the moment, we've got Speedy and Copy, so the Williams and the McLaren, two of the most successful teams, or one of the two of the most successful, not the most successful, but more so what I'm trying to say is they are the most successful teams battling it out, Williams and McLaren with Senna, and then Williams with Nigel Mansell and a lot of other great drivers. Currently is gaining on McLaren as he's gaining, and he is gone through turns 5 at the moment, and he's going through turn 6 and 7 through Luffield at the moment. Within those medium tires, very good overtake from Copy, and Speedy is going to want to get that back. However, with his penalties, who knows where the field might end up. I think we're going to see maybe some potential action into Maggots and Beckett's. We've got them going through Maggots at the moment. Not too great of an exit from Speedy. Going through Beckett's, I think that's Copy pushing to the absolute limit over there in his Williams, just driving the wheels off of that thing at the moment. Going through the DRS zone, and Speedy does get DRS as he's gaining like a fish at the moment. He's going through a real, you can hear the fishing rod tangle as like a gearbox, and he does not have enough speed, unfortunately. But we're looking at Danico and Wow. So we've had two subsequent battles of, one of them defending and one of them, attacking and whatnot. So you've got C&W saying Owen Turner, which was a great success. C&W currently is in P11 for those purposes of updating. Speaking of which, we've gotten another midfield battle between Higgsy, Theton, and Alex Berbero, as Alex Berbero tries to send one down the inside, says no. Higgsy does lock up, and so does the Ferrari. So it's a very interesting battle we never thought we would generally see in real life motorsport. But as we've got DRS, I think everyone's got DRS except for Higgsy. Higgsy is the only disadvantage one. But we've gotten Alex Berbero. He's gaining. Will he make the move down the inside? Yes, he will. He's going to make it stick. He's going to make the inside line. He is going to make the inside line, blocking off the Ferrari, sending the Ferrari wide in the corner. But is the Ferrari going to make a switchback down the left field? No, he's not. And Alex Berbero gets the place. Very well done from Alex. And he moves up into P8. Higgsy, defending for his life in the racing point. His teammate is on pole at the moment. He is in P7. Speedy is trying to catch Copy in the Williams. He is in P6 and Copy's in P5. Wow is trying to catch Danny Coe. I think there was it was a switch place, but we didn't see that. Apologies for that, everyone. But we've got the order currently switched. So that's very, very interesting to see what happens. Ooh, Danico, big lockup for Danico, but not the biggest we've seen this year. We've got quite a bit of lockups here, as we've gotten, I think DRS down this main straight would have probably helped Wow's case, but we've gotten DRS down another main straight, which is through turns 4 and 5 with Arena. So we've currently got, big lockup from Danico, and as well as Renault. I don't know how that's going to affect their medium tires. Wow does think about sending one down the inside. Doesn't get it though. And he does get a decent exit as he gets Danico. So Danico at the moment, he is trying to defend for his absolute life. Big lockup from Wow. Ooh, that's quite major. Danico in the Alfa Romeo, though, is going to get a little bit flustered probably, due to the fact that he's being chased down by Renault. Kind of like Perez and Ricardo today at the Eiffel Grand Prix, even though if you guys have seen that. But going through Maggots and Beckett's is vital to get a very good exit, trying to carry a lot of speed. Danico might downshift just to be sure he doesn't touch grass, as he does go a little bit wide, and also does Wow, and he touches a little bit of grass as he's reeling, and he's gaining. Is he going to say gone? No, he is not. Not close enough, unfortunately, on this occasion, but that's alright. Alrighty-yo. Then we've gotten them going through turns 16, 17, and 18 at the moment. Going through the start. Finish is a sector 2 yellow flag. That's Jesse. Into the wall in the Haas. Oh, it's so unfortunate for Jesse. He was doing the best he could, and now he is potentially out of the race now. He's got to go pit with only 7 laps to go in this race. We're going to see what's going to happen as it's Alfa Romeo 2-3 at the moment, but I think the Renault is trying to intend to split them up as we've gotten Danico and Wow trying to go on the main straight right now. And ooh, not too great from Wow. I think a little bit of speed. I think Danico just defended at the right time, because if he did, then Wow would have been past him already. And Wow has also gotten a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That's going to be interesting to see where people end up with their time penalties, as Danny Coe and Wow are going through Maggots and Beckett at the moment. Subsequently, another battle is going on between Copy and Speedy, so multiple battles. Similarly, between Higgsy. Oh, there's a sacrified yellow 3, and that is, I think, it's one of the, yeah, it's just the Alfa Romeo going slowly, because I only see the Haas. I think the Haas is just retiring at the moment. Yeah, Jesse's just retired out of the race. Really unfortunate. But as some idiot, not some idiot, but as an or some idiot does get a lockup, and so does Hugo, trying to gain on some idiot. But also realize that Danny Coe is trying to get on Hugo. But Wow is like, I would like to get to split both the Alfa Romeos up. So he is just trying to do so at the moment, and is trying to overtake him. But we'll see what happens. There's about 6 laps to go within this Grand Prix. It's been an action-packed Grand Prix. Jesse has this lap session. Really unfortunate race from him, but then what can you do? As there is DRS enabled, he's gaining. He's gaining. Is it going to be happen? No, I think it's going to happen on the hanging straight. Ooh, maybe we could see what Alex did to with Danny. No, nothing at all, but no lockups there for both the drivers. So decent braking, very late braking, and very good from all the drivers. Radio, so we've gotten Danico and we've gotten Wow. I think they're quite now nearly there to Maggots, Beckett's, as they're going through Maggots and Beckett's currently at the moment, going through Beckett's at the moment. No, it's going through Maggots and now Beckett's, and now the hanger straight, trying to left off, gets a good exit there, Wow, and Danico gets a little bit of dirt on his wheels as Wow is gaining. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's gaining. What's it gonna be, people? What's it gonna be? Is the Renault gonna reign superior? The Renault versus the Ferrari power, and he's not gotten anything. That's really unfortunate. But you know, things like this do happen. As there's a lockup for Wow, but not too big of a lockup. Looking at the midfield battle, we've got Coney and Speedy battling for P5 and P6. Very wise of Kopi to stay out on those soft compatible tires. We've got Higgsy and Alex Berbero, Tuaserol, Titan, Terror, and Timo. So it's a very close midfield battle, but we've got the field kind of split from then on out. So we'll see what happens. There's about 5 laps to go with this Grand Prix, and it's so action-packed. Some idiot has been defending for his life and creating a gap between Hugo's, currently in P2. Marion and its AI just is getting lapped at the moment. Ooh, as we see Wow getting extremely close to Danico at the moment. Almost touching wings. I think if Danico broke a little bit earlier, I think that would be broken front wings, or maybe even a puncture for the both of them. But we'll see what happens as they're going right now through Maggots, through Beckett's, through the hangar straight right now, as there's DRS enabled. Ooh, a little bit of grass touch, but that's okay. I think it was Wow this time, not Danico, as he's reeling, he's reeling, he's reeling. Is it gonna happen? Do you think it's gonna happen, people? Let me know in the comments. And no, but it's really close. It's really close. I think that might be a bit of a last lap overtake, but he's gonna manage his tires and fuel and his ERS, as Danico doesn't actually have much, but Wow does have quite a bit saved up. Makopi and Speedy obviously battling for P5 at the moment. We've got Alex and Higgsy. Alex has actually moved up into P7. You've got Higgsy down into P8. So we've gotten the racing points go 1 and 8. So decent outing from both of them. Although Some Idiot is doing quite well under the circumstances. Higgsy trying to catch up on Alex within that Honda power versus the Mercedes power, as we've gotten Speedy trying to catch up to Popey. And looking at the midfield battle, we've got CNW, he was actually fighting for P2, is now in P9 right now. On the medium competitive, big lockups for all 3 drivers currently. Going into turn 7, oh, it's a spin! At the spin! Oh, it's a crash! That's a crash from the Ferrari. Oh, that's a crash from Triton. Oh no, no, no. That's so unfortunate, as CNW was trying to recover after the first spin, is now spun away, and Triton has also gotten wing damage as well. No, I think it's Triton and Timo. So both of the teammates have gotten affected by this. Oh no, that's so unfortunate for both of them. That's such a big spin, as Tipsy Bob does pit, but I want to see what happens to CNW. That was a big spin for the both of them. I think it was CMW tried to attack on the outside. I was on the throttle too early, and yeah, I think the car just snapped with the rear end. But that's his front right and wing just completely gone. Either he's into the pits right now. He's about 3 laps left. I don't think he can continue with this point, as Triton also in the Ferrari also goes into the pits. There'll be a big talk with the stewards about that one. They're not going to be finishing in the points anytime soon, but never say never. What if was yeah, a lot of Fs in the trap for Triton. Didn't deserve to be caught in crossfire, but we've gotten a little bit of update. We've gotten actually caught up on Danico. So within that crash, we've gotten the Renault and the Alfa Romeo both caught up. So that will be very interesting to see what happens. Stay hydrated, people. We've gotten both the individuals affected in the crash, both on soft tires. Obviously, it's like 3 laps left in the race. Gonna want to have to make as many positions as possible and try to get into the points. Our Some Idiot is currently 4 seconds a gap to Hugo, who's currently being chased by Wow. But Danico is also trying to chase Wow. They're more trying to make it a Alfa Romeo 2-3. The only thing is that there's penalties galore. And with only 3 laps to go, we'll see what happens. There's a big lockup for Bomb 125 at the moment, as they're just going through the final turns right now. Oh, that's a wonderful camera. They're going through Maggots and Maggots rather. They're going through Arena and Park, and now going to go from turns 3, a little bit of a lockup, turn 4 at the moment, and as Pixel gets another 3-second time penalty. Where is Pixel? Pixel is currently in P11 behind Timo, but Triton currently in the Ferrari trying to make up as many positions as possible, and so is CNW. That's very, very unfortunate for all the drivers. But yeah, and with at least all the drivers involved within an accident. Yeah, some of the drivers highly benefited out of that, but that is motor racing for you. So you've got Danico, which is being pursued, which is pursuing the Renault of 125, as we have the clouds and the typical British weather. I can attest to this. I will be moving there in a couple of months, but we have the clouds in typical British fashion going gloomy. I don't think it's going to be wet, and even if it does start pouring very hard, much like Hockenheim of last year, I don't think anyone's going to be pitting, but just an interesting thought. We've got RR Some Idiot. He's currently in Sector 3. I think he's lapping pretty much the entire field at the moment. So very well driven by him, as you can see him just coming now. I think he's currently on turns 3 and 4. He's lap 25 of 26. So if Danico wants that final podium position, he's gonna have to do it. But currently Wow is defending with all his life. He's trying to get as much of everything done as Wow does touch top of the grass a little bit. That's alright, as Danico does get DRS. Is he going to make a move down the inside? No, he isn't. He's not close enough, but that's quite unfortunate from the Alfa Romeo driver. Currently, I'm looking at the midfield. We've gotten Kopi and Speedy, and then we've also gotten Alex and Higgsy down in P7 and P8. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what happens. Our Speedy is going through Beckett's right now, and now going through the hangar straight. Who is lapping actually Tipsy Bob in the McLaren. So unfortunate for him, but you had some winners and you had some losers. Maybe Tipsy Bob really was tipsy and didn't know where he was driving. But going through now through turns 16, 17, and 18. So 17 and now 18 is the final lap of the British Grand Prix, so we're going to see what's going to happen between WoW and Danico, so that'll be quite a bit of drama. We'll never see. We'll see what happens as we got WoW currently at home. He is trying to run away from Danico as fast as possible, no pun intended, as trying to get as much ERS as possible, and going through the arena, going through the straight between turns 5 and 6 from arena to booklands. And as Danico does get the ERS, is he reeling? He's reeling, he's reeling, he's trying to use everything he's got, but he does not make it up as WoW currently makes use of Danico's lockup, and it goes through turn 7 and 8, and it goes very early on the throttle, very good. It was a decent exit from him, as the low fuel markers I think come on for everyone, trying to manage the last of their fuel, as some idiot, he's going through Maggots and Beckett at the moment, and currently being chased by Hugo S, who's maintained a very well driven P2 at the moment, but as WoW 125 is under pressure right now. Could we see a last corner overtake, as WoW 125 is currently in the Renault, and is the last DRS zone coming up, and while Danico is using everything, it's not enough, as WoW 25 has defended this brilliantly. We've got some idiots rounding the final corners and winning the British Grand Prix. Very well done from the Racing Point driver. Hugo 2 in the Alpha Romeo, P2, WoW in P4, as Danico goes P3 due to the time penalties. Speedy in the McLaren is Speedy, comes home P6. Alex Berbero comes home P6, and Speedy goes P7. TSRL Terror goes P8. Timo goes P9. Higgsy, the man who was on pole, his teammate is on P10, the last point scoring position. Pixel, who was driven a decent race in the Mercedes, fared a lot better than his teammate, is now in P11. The Haas of Mac, I think he spun on the final lap, or I think he just doesn't really care, is now in P12. So decent out from Triton, the man unfortunately involved in a accident with CNW, is now in P13 as he rounds the final corners, and he'll be one of the last finishers and go home in P13. Unfortunate from him, but you know, this stuff does happen in racing. As CNW in the Mercedes, he was doing quite well, but then unfortunately things like this happened, and now he comes home in P16. A wonderful race with Silverstone, a one with high attrition, high attention, a lot of switching of places, but definitely one to remember for the books. The men who were forged here and survived here and kept it clean, they will go on to be great drivers, and the men who didn't will go on to be even better drivers by learning from their improvements. A Racing Point and a double Alfa Romeo podium. You don't see this in real Formula 1, but you love to see it in game. As the champagne praises, we've got America, Japan, and Britain all on the podium. Very well done from all the drivers today, and it was a wonderful race. Radio. So your standings look like this. Some Idiot in the Racing Point takes pole position and the win. Hugo's in the Alfa Romeo takes P2. Danico, his teammate, takes P3. Kopi in the Williams takes P4. Wow 125 takes P5 in the Renault. Alex Burbo takes P6 in the Red Bull. Speedy in the McLaren takes P7. TSR Terror takes P8 for AlphaTauri. We've got Timo in the Ferrari takes P9, Higgsy takes P10 in Racing Point, Pixel in P11, Mac in P12, Triton in P13, CNW in P14, Tapesy Bob in P15, Marlon in P16, Jesse, not from Breaking Bad, but in the Haas in P17, and Nico rounds up your grid. Thank you guys for watching. It was a wonderful race to commentate. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Until next time, this is Shiv. See you later.